Hello everyone, welcome to TriNet's review of Microsoft Windows 7. Just released to the public on 22nd of October 2009. So with much fanfare, they had a really great, largest ever actually, beta program. 8 million downloads total. So that really helped to make it a very well and highly polished product when it finally came to market. So let me take a minute and go over some of the additions and features of Windows 7. We're going to start off by going over the 4 business editions, which would be Home Premium, Enterprise, Ultimate, and Business. So, if we take a look from the top, we see the short list of items that Home Premium really offers in a business environment. Bare minimum, it'll get you on the domain, so you can, that's all important in a Windows environment, of course. Stepping up to Professional or Enterprise and Ultimate editions, we get a lot more features, such as the all-important XP mode, which really is really cool. Windows XP actually runs as a separate application right on your desktop, totally in the background kind of all the time, and you launch an application, and that application actually runs in Windows XP. So that's great for compatibility. If you're using an older application or a custom application, that obviously takes time and money to bring up to Windows 7 standards. Which I should mention, Windows 7 is very compatible on its own anyway. Much more friendly. So, also we have a built-in Windows backup, which is very important. That's something you can do if you have files you want it to back up to a USB drive, or if you had a shared network location in your company, you could do that as well. Of course, the BitLocker, so your files can be encrypted. No one else can be accessing those files without your password, things like that. Little higher level than just the domain credentials. And of course, it's multilingual if you get Enterprise or Ultimate. So if you have a guest coming in from Germany, you can set your locale to German, and then everything will be in German for the day. And then it's still up to you to figure out how to put it back to English, but at least you can do that. Here's a little more advanced, a little more detailed chart of what is to come, or the different versions. 32 and 64-bit, maximum physical memory on any one of these boxes. So you can see again with Home Premium maxing out at 16 gig, and then taking an amazing jump to 192 gig for your Professional, Enterprise, and Ultimate editions, really leaving, there is no ceiling, for whatever you wanted to do with the machine on Windows 7, whether it be development or, serving or, data center, any kind of stuff like that. You could even make a nice little environment there. Multiple monitors, again, supported across all platforms. And then we have the other higher-end options that you can see on a mobile device, like a tablet or something, with your multi-touch. It can take advantage of sensing several locations at once, rather than currently where we have a stylus or something where there's only one point of reference there. So, if we take a look here, this is Microsoft's chart for how we can get to Windows 7. We see the little asterisks going across the board on XP. That means that pretty much no matter where you're at in XP, you're going to have to do a clean installation of Windows 7. Now, it's not as bad as it may seem. We IT admins have some really good tools from Microsoft at our fingertips that allow us to greatly cut down the amount of time it takes to get Windows 7 on your machine, and also get your main line of business applications marked for install from the get-go. So as soon as you log onto that machine the first time, we just walked away from it installing Windows 7. You logged on and those applications are there and they're activated and they're configured, such as Outlook and items like that. So it's not as bad as it seems, but even the home users have a couple options. They made it real nice, some built-in tools to back up your files and things like that. When we go down the list, we see pretty much if you're going to pick up Windows Ultimate, you can go from any version of Windows Vista and do an in-place upgrade on that. So that's going to save you a lot of time. What we've seen around the office here is about a 1 to 2 hour in-place upgrade. So Vista directly to Windows 7, back to your desktop right where you left off. So that's about a 1 to 2 hour time frame, depending on how beefy your machine is. And our last chart here shows you some of the requirements. These are base requirements that Microsoft has set out for Windows 7. Gigahertz machine, 1 gigabyte of RAM, 16 gig of available hard drive space, or 20 gig if you're going to go to 64-bit. A DirectX 9 graphic device with Windows Display, Manager 1.0 or higher. Of course, you're going to want access to the internet in order to get the latest updates and patches and to activate. You can always still do it by phone if you do that. And some of the other advantages you get if you want to use the Windows Touch. You're going to need a supported tablet PC, which HP already has some monitors on the market that support multi-touch. A nice 24-inch multi-touch monitor. It's really good. And we'll see we're at the desktop. Slightly modified taskbar at the bottom. You notice I have the little shadowed boxes over some of these icons indicate that application is running right now. Not like anything in the past where I would have these, probably something, if you use the quick launch bar, this might look familiar to you, and you would have a little line here, and then you would actually have your other applications there. That's why some of you may have the really thick taskbar because you have so many apps open at once, you don't want them grouped or anything like that. Well, I don't mind them being grouped at all in Windows 7. In fact, it makes it a lot easier here. Let me show you an example there. In the Windows 7 that I was just in, you saw I had a few images and a few browser windows open. If I just hover over that with my mouse, I'm not clicking, it instantly brings up what they call the peak, arrow peak. So you see, these are all individual tabs in one window of Internet Explorer. Unlike before, where, regardless of if I had one window seven windows and let me get that straight for you. If I had one window with seven tabs, or seven windows individually, it didn't matter. I had all the buttons there and they were all individual. And I had no idea what window each tab was in. But here, these are all the individual tabs. I can hover over one and it'll populate that, showing me the entire application so I can see, okay, that's the tab there. My active tab is the photo. I can hover over these still. And then if I just clicked on one, that now becomes my active tab and I'm right in the application, so I can go ahead and scroll over. We're seeing the same things with all their other applications. I can go ahead and if I right click that, I get a quick list of where I've been. That work for remote desktop connections. It's very nice. Your Word will show you all your most recent documents, whereas before we would find them in a recent documents section in the start menu. Now I can just right click on that icon. If I had Excel or PowerPoint, what have you down here, I just right click that and click on a document and it opens right up. Also, we also have the arrow peak and arrow shake. So if I go ahead and open up a couple more things here, let's see. Okay, so here I have my our CRM here. So I'm going to go ahead and just click and hold in the top, and I'm just going to give that a little shake. And you notice there that now all those other applications in the background are gone. If I grab that same window and shake it back, all those applications go right back where they were. We also have a little desktop, it's kind of hard to see down here by the clock. We have a little desktop shortcut button where if I were to hover over that, it would show me a preview of the desktop. So I can see, did that file download complete? Is it present on the desktop now? Or did I save it to my desktop? So I can just hover over this and it'll show me the desktop. If I actually click it, everything will get minimized and my desktop is now active. So a couple of the things we have, like you may be used to seeing other applications like Vista and XP have all had a Outlook Express or Windows Mail built in by default. Those don't come pre-installed in Windows 7 anymore. However, with the Windows Live pack, which has stuff like your Messenger and your Live Writer, and now that comes with Mail. So you can download that, and then you can choose the applications you want. Did you want Windows Mail? Did you want the photo gallery? So it's not there by default, but a quick pop out to Microsoft's website. You can have it online in 5 minutes. So that about wraps it up for today. Thanks for sitting in with us here. Don't forget to keep those questions coming here at Ask Trinet, and we'll be with you again. Of course, that's trinetcorp.com/AskTrinet, and we'll talk to you soon. All right, thanks again.